Yo, I just want to come out here and say I have my three most underrated teams in the NBA, and I've been alluding to it along this whole time throughout the summer and so far into the season. But I just want to say that the team that tops the list is none other than Luka Doncic, the Dallas Doncic's.
Thank
That's
you.
why, because they're the Dallas Doncic's.
Dallas Dodgers. I'm here for it.
They're the most overrated team. People were saying they were
Wait,
going
you
to be a
said
top three
overrated?
seed.
Hold on, Ron. You said overrated?
Overrated.
Okay, so we're not doing this shit today. He started that soliloquy by saying my top three most underrated teams. Am I
I think he
tripping?
meant to say. He
I
meant
think
to
he
say
meant to
overrated
say,
because
yeah,
No
I think he
shit.
misspoke.
when he
That's
said
crazy.
underrated and then said the Mavs, I was finna say something, but I just kept it quiet, because
Sorry, JD. I was just using the underrated to suck you in. Pause. Hey, now that I got your attention, the most overrated team in the NBA is the Dallas Mavericks. You guys said that they will be a top three seed. This, and this XYZ. They'll make a playoff run. I'm telling you, they overachieved last year. We will not, with this unit as constructed, we will not see them make another deep playoff run. If they make a Zach LaVine trade, Bradley Beal pickup, or something of that caliber, maybe.
So you don't like Christian Wood? So you don't like Christian Wood?
I like Christian Wood, but he doesn't tip the scale enough to beat those top tier teams. It's just not going to be enough. On top of that, we've seen what happens in the playoffs with Luka when he plays with co-stars. It just it just
Such
doesn't
a
quite
boring
work out.
argument, Ron.
It's a boring
I'm
argument, but
so bored of that
I can
argument.
only go
That
based on
argument
what my two
stinks.
eyes seen. I can only
That
go based on what my
argument
two eyes seen.
stinks, bro.
And here's one thing I do know: Kristaps Porzingis is better than Christian Wood. I know this.
Yes.
We know this.
Yeah, we do
And
know
so
that. Yes.
if he wasn't able to play next to Luka, and they're similar caliber players, if he wasn't able to play next to Luka, what makes you think that I think that Christian Wood can fare well next to Luka in the playoffs?
bro, I got to say this every episode. Nobody wants to play with Luka. I've said it every episode.
Oh my
Every
God.
episode that we
Can
talk
you
about
move
the
on
Mavs,
to the
bro,
next
nobody
team?
wants
You
to
guys
listen to
are
play with him.
boring me. Boring points. Like what?
I mean, they did lose to the Nuggets by one without Jokic or Jamal there, but it happens, right?
JD, the thing about facts is that they
They have a
don't
deep
have to
bench.
be exciting. They don't have to be exciting. They can be boring, and it doesn't make it not true. Nobody wants to play with Luka Doncic.
That's not true. I would love for you to show me the facts. Show me the car facts. Show me
I
the car
can't do that. That takes time. You got to just wait for the days. Wait for
You
the
can't do that
season.
because
Wait
you
for the
just
season
can't
to
do that.
progress.
I mean,
As the
Luka
seasons
gives
progress, you'll see.
Luka needs like a Clint Capella type in his prime. Like he reminds me so much of James Harden. So it's like when James Harden was at his best, he had another playmaker to take the load off of him when needed, or like Chris Paul could like take care of the second unit. So there was always a playmaker on the floor, and then they had a Clint Capella type, and so I just feel like that's what they need. Like if they
have
Christian
JaVale
Wood.
McGee.
What?
And I do like JaVale. I do
I'm
like
not
JaVale
saying
over
that
there.
he.
I do.
Hear me out. Hear me out. I think Clint Capella is better than JaVale McGee for sure. But when you talk about
JaVale maybe
somebody
7 years
running
ago.
at the rim, who you can just throw the ball up to because he's 7 feet tall, he could still go get that and finish. It's not going to be to the level of a Clint Capella, but to say that he doesn't have something like that right now,
JD,
I think he does.
JD, I know you love Luka. I know you love the Mavs. Right now is the perfect time to just put that Mavs pack that you're smoking, just take it and just throw it over your shoulder. Just get rid of it. I'm telling you right now, but before you get too high on these guys, it's not going to happen.
And JD, I'm not knocking JaVale. I'm saying JaVale a couple years ago. I see that, but it's not. I don't even think that's the problem. I think we could do that, JD.
I'm
but
opening this up right now for you, Ron.
I think they need like a what's his name, like Mike Conley. They need a point guard. They need to get Luka off the ball.
I mean, they got Campazzo.
Okay, stop.
Campazzo, all right, but still, they need somebody that can get Luka off the ball.
But this is why I was saying they need one more guy like that. Ron actually sent us a mock trade that somebody, please, is that Tatum?
I got Tatum. You got Fuka.
Okay, are we going straight across the board?
Straight across the board,
bro. Yes, that's easy.
Tatum's projected for 28 points. Luka's projected for 30. But guess what?
Who do they play?
Bro, I'll even give you points. I don't care.
But guess what? Marcus Smart gonna lock Luka up tonight.
Yeah, right.
Marcus Smart is a baby.
Marcus Smart's a baby. That's mouse in the house.
But hold on, no.
Mouse
We can
in the
get back
house
to that
is
bet, but I'm not done with my most overrated teams in the
Hold
NBA.
on, but I'm also not done about this mock trade that you sent us the other day. Of if we were to get Zach LaVine for Josh Green, Reggie Bullock, and who was the third? Dwight Powell, I think, and then like 2 picks. I'm taking that. Zach LaVine,
You have to
Luka
take that.
Doncic, Spencer Dinwiddie.
The
Why-
Mavs,
but
the
why
Mavs win that
is-
trade big time.
Yeah, but like, why is Dwight Powell like JD? Maybe you could tell me why is Dwight Powell starting over Christian Wood?
I don't know what the deal is with Christian Wood. Like, I just don't have any idea what it is with Jason Kidd and if he's just needs to build more trust with them or what it is. Like, I really don't.
Because I thought they traded like what did they give up for Christian Wood? Like, I
thought JaVale McGee was starting though.
Well, I just looked at the last game against the Nuggets and it was Dwight Powell. It could be JaVale more consistently, but either way, it's not Christian Wood. So that's why I was like, maybe
Dwight Powell starting at the 5 or at the 4?
I also don't mind
5,
Christian Wood coming off.
Finney-Smith.
I don't mind Christian Wood coming off the bench, though. That's the thing. And we talked about this a couple episodes ago. Is you don't need to start to make an impact. And you should have guys coming off the bench that can be a spark plug and that can run with that second unit where your production doesn't take a huge hit. So I'm really like, I would love for Christian Wood to kind of just stay with that second unit and then maybe throw him into get him not starter minutes because he could still play starter minutes, but throw him into that starting role like every once in a while and just kind of see what works, what doesn't. But that's where I'm at.
But the next team is Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets.
That's crazy.
Agreed.
How are we overrated? How are we overrated?
Over the Mavericks.
Because once again, people say that the Nuggets are this playoff threat, this team that's gonna, possibly be a dark horse team to run through the West and win the championship and this, that, and the third. I know Jokic is what he is. I like Michael Porter Jr. a lot. I've been watching him since he was playing basketball in high school up in Washington at Nathan Hale High School. I like Murray a lot. They have a deep team. I like the KCP pickup.
Bones.
I like all of that. Bones is tough too. But it's just something about the team. I just look at them and I just see frauds. I just see a big ass F just right in the middle. Yeah, you know how in your report card when they just stamp the F right there
with the circle,
F just right there.
Can't relate. Never got an F in my life.
Yeah.
So
why are you laughing at that, Ron?
So what teams do you think can beat the Nuggets in a 7-game series?
In the 7-game series?
What teams do you think can beat the Nuggets?
All of them. Are we talking just Western Conference?
Yeah, just Western Conference.
Because they're not making the finals, JD. So
I was like,
Suns, Clips, Pels, Blazers,
Kings,
Mavs. Sure, we can go Kings, Grizzlies, Warriors.
That's crazy. That's crazy. All the teams you're talking about.
Now, granted, the thing
I'll
about
give you Warriors, Clips,
Suns.
I don't know about the Suns. I don't know about the Suns.
I can't give you the Suns. I'm not gonna hold you. I can't give you the Suns.
Hey, but hold on, no. The Blazers are coming pop their ass for real.
That's what I'm saying.
The Blazers are really come get if Dame come and hoop, Anthony come and hoop, Jeremy
we saw him
Jeremy
hoop against us last time and they lost.
Wait, timeout though.
Without Jamal. Jamal.
This is quite possibly the best team the Dame's ever had. Quite possibly.
Is this okay?
You think that this is better than LaMarcus Aldridge Blazers?
Yeah. Dame was too young.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I understand it.
But hold on, no, G baby. I'm not just gonna hold you guys and say that all these teams can beat you without turning around and saying that you guys can beat all these teams as well.
Yeah, of course they can, but they won't.
That's crazy. So you think we just gonna lose to like because currently it's Phoenix, Utah, Sacramento, Clippers, Pelicans, and Blazers.
They can beat Utah.
We just lose all?
They could beat the Pels.
The Pelicans are better than you think, JD.
I'm high on the Pelicans, but I know they can beat them.
I got the Pelicans.
I mean, they could be anybody. That's the thing. That's the thing about the
West. We got 17 games under our belt. It's okay.
Mhm.
Bro,
we finally hit our stride. You know,
Also,
Jamal gets
you
back.
guys would lose to the Lakers too.
No, no, we wouldn't.
Yo, no, but for real though, for real.
Is LeBron James still their best shooter? If LeBron James is still their best shooter, no, they're not even gonna be there to have an opportunity. I'm not gonna hold you. They're the only team I can see the Lakers beating in these little top 10 are the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Okay, that's disgusting that you
That's it.
don't think that they could beat anyone else, but anyway,
Like,
Ron.
top
Who
10
else
right
could
now.
beat
I don't
Jetty?
think
The
they can
Lakers
beat the
are ass.
Grizzlies, the Mavs. I don't think. Okay, maybe the Kings because it's the Kings. Maybe the Jazz because it's the Jazz, and that's just because of the stigma that they've had on them in years prior. So if it happens again, I wouldn't be shocked. But like top to bottom, like I'm just saying, there's a reason they the second worst team in the West. I saw it coming. Lonnie Walker is supposed to be their best 3-point shooter. I'm not worried. I'm not worried about the Lakers at all.
I like Lonnie Walker. I just don't like him to have to be any team's best shooter.
I don't think they signed him to be their best shooter. I just think he's shooting better than everybody else. I don't think they're like Lonnie. I don't think they're grabbing Lonnie by his jersey like
Tell the Lakers fans in this chat who all season was trying to tell me, oh no, the Lakers will be good. We signed Lonnie Walker. That's more defense and shooting now, and we're gonna be and we got Austin Reeves. We're gonna be fine, healthy. We're gonna be just fine.
Hey, but Lonnie was a good pickup though. He's not the
savior
savior of the
considering
franchise,
what
but
they
he was
lost.
a good pickup. Lonnie getting down this year.
Yeah, he cool. LeBron James is still their best shooter.
Okay, Ron,
I'm not worried about it.
Who's the third team? Who's the third team?
Hey, but for real though, if AD keeps playing the way he's playing and Bron comes back, we might be talking about a different Lakers team. Now, I don't know if AD can sustain this level of excellence, and I don't know how Bron's going to be back post injury. But if Bron do that, AD play the way he plays, and everybody else falls in the line, we may see something with the Lakers. I'm not gonna say too much else about them. We'll see what they do. But as for the third overrated team, I got to go out east now. You guys are high on these dudes, and I just don't know.
Cleveland Cavaliers.
I really don't know because I'm definitely not talking about the Hawks. Underrated team. Overrated team. I'm just not sold on this backcourt.
Oh, you're talking about the Sixers.
I'm not sold on this backcourt. I'm not, and everybody else over there is young as well. They do got a couple vets, but I just don't know if the Cleveland Cavaliers are as good as you guys said.
Wow!
Hey, come aboard, Ron. Hey, come aboard.
I just don't know.
Hey, Ron, who's better, the Cavaliers or the Sixers? Cavaliers or the Sixers? Who's better?
I'm gonna put my money on the Sixers.
Oh, stop it.
Nah, I'm not gonna.
I agree.
You.
In the playoffs.
Oh, stop it.
I thought you were
I'm not gonna hold you.
James
I'm putting like all my.
That's what I'm
money
saying,
in the
JD.
gas. Not to win a chip because I still think Boston and Milwaukee are the top two teams. Like those are the ones making the finals. But I definitely think Cleveland can make a semifinals. Or if they ain't got to see Boston or Milwaukee in the second round, I think they can get there. Honestly, I'm super, and I wasn't a big Donovan Mitchell guy. I wasn't. Like I had nasty agendas against him till he went to Cleveland. I think would have made the playoffs last year if it wasn't for Jared Allen and Evan Mobley getting hurt towards the end of the season. Like that hurt them. That was their defense. Like that was their rim protection, their interior defense. So I just think now, and the way Evan Mobley, I love what I've seen from Evan Mobley and Darius Garland. I know he was out for a little bit. I'm not gonna hold you. If they don't have to see Boston or Milwaukee in the second round, they're making an Eastern Conference.
Bro, I'm telling you, the Cleveland Cavaliers are a 2K team, bro. They're an amazing 2K team. But Ron, keep going, because I'm curious because I've been on this before the season started. So
the thing about the Cavs is undoubtedly they have one of the best top 10 players in the league, like first unit and second unit. And I just don't quite know how that Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell experience is going to work. Because it's two guys that need the ball in their hands, two guys that want to dribble around a lot. So how does that work? And my thing is, you need to get Evan Mobley involved. Karras needs some shots. You got some of those guys off the bench that need some shots. I think they should give the ball to Jared Allen a little more. Not necessarily saying isolate him, but get in there, throw him some lives and things of that nature. I sincerely believe that Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland may shoot them out of a lot of games. So, beautiful part about it is they have a good defense, but I don't know how that experience works. I just don't know.
To be fair, this is kind of how we were talking about the Celtics last season with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, and Euro was the big proponent on this of how that just dynamic doesn't work. We saw that it did work last season. My concerns come from this just being a new constructed roster and the going into the playoffs, like, I don't know, playoff inexperience, and then with Mitchell just underperforming.
This is the thing, JD. The Cavaliers last year, if what's his name? Ricky Rubio, Jared Allen, Karis LeVert, if all those guys don't get hurt, when they get hurt, the Cavaliers had a strong case to win to compete to win the East last year. That was last year, especially the way Kevin Love comes off the bench. Well, and they just got better. Come on, it's their bench is
Cavs
real.
overexceeded expectations last year.
No
one had them over the Bucks. No one had them over the Sixers. No one had them over the Celtics.
But overexceeding, I had them over the.
No one had them over Brooklyn.
I had them over the Nets. Overexceeding expectation doesn't necessarily mean overperforming. Just because you expect somebody to do something else, the only way you can overexceed expectations is if you don't expect yourself to do much. But I think they expected themselves to do a lot, and they were on the verge of doing a lot before they had those injuries. I don't think y'all understand how catastrophic the Ricky Rubio injury was to that team. The Cleveland Cavaliers, they were on track. I would say besides the Bucks, and see, I didn't get on the Celtics train until Marcus Smart made that statement about Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown passing the ball at the end of the game. Once he said that, I was like, okay, the Celtics are serious. But before that, I was like, the only team the Cavaliers can't beat is the Bucks. The Cavs last year, before they made this trade, were ready to go. So this year, it's just like, okay, Evan Mobley's a year older. Evan Mobley, now I'm not going to put it on him right now, but he's got potential to be in 12, 15 years from now. We might be talking about Evan Mobley with Tim Duncan and those guys.
We're not going to be if Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell don't stop dribbling the air out the ball.
Bobby,
you said Tim Duncan?
Wait, slow down, y'all. Slow down, y'all. Slow down. I'm not one of those cats like how people deal with Luka after a second year, like, oh, he's the next Magic Johnson, he's the next LeBron James. I'm not saying he's gonna be, but he's shown the game, he's shown the poise, he's shown the availability, he's shown the IQ on defense and offense to where, this kid in the next 4 to 5 years could be the best power forward in the NBA. And so 10 to 15 years from today, there's no. I'm not going to just write that off like he might not be in that top 15 power forward conversation. He could easily do that.
Forward, right? You also do know Wemby is coming into town.
Oh, okay. Who's the power forward? I'm talking about Evan Mobley. If y'all don't see how that boy play ball is,
I see it.
He's got the IQ. He can stretch the floor, but his ability to stretch the floor, he doesn't fall in love with that 3-ball like a lot of these young cats are doing nowadays. He play ball. Like, if he can get to the rack, he's to the rack. If you need to stop and put it off the glass, if anything you give him, he'll take it. There's not much on the floor he can't do, and that's on defense and offense. So when you got a guy like that, it's like Jared Allen, Evan Mobley, and Kevin Love. You got some solid bigs right there. And then when you add the firepower of Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, and Karis LeVert, bro. And Isaac Okoro, he's a dog. He's a dog. So I think they check all the boxes. JD Bickerstaff, they got a coach that preaches defense, preaches that unity. They check all the boxes. That's all I'm saying.